Hackers say they have posted information stolen from the Ashley Madison website, which openly caters to people interested in extramarital affairs. Well, the leaked data, reportedly including users' names, addresses, contact info, it was all dumped on a part of the internet known as the dark web. You can't access it through a basic online search, but it can be viewed using a special browser that, anybody can buy. So could the Ashley Madison website now face legal action? Let's bring in our panel. Wendy Patrick joins us, veteran prosecutor and trial attorney. Troy Slayton joins us, former prosecutor. Good to see you both. All right, let's take all of these separately, the potential legal actions. Let's begin, Wendy, with crimes, not lawsuits, but crimes. Isn't it a crime to hack and extort?
It certainly is. This is not only hack, but a hijack. So it's a federal crime to hack into the system and steal the information. But further, here we also see a lot of extortion activity, cyber exploitation. So criminally, there are lots of directions this might go once we learn a little bit more about how exactly this happened. Then, of course, I know we'll probably get to the civil lawsuits, but it's always easier to prove civil liability once you have criminal liability.
Right. Well, assuming you can ever catch the hackers, a very nefarious group known as Impact Team, that will be a Herculean task for the feds. But look, Troy, the hackers claim we did this because the website is immoral. Well, that may be true, but in a court of law, that's not a legal defense, is it?
It's certainly no defense. And Ashley Madison could very well be on the hook for civil liability, but anyone suing Ashley Madison for the loss or the breach of their private information would have to show that Ashley Madison's computer privacy standards, their protocols, fell so far below the national standard as to make them negligent. And we can see even the federal government, the Office of Personnel Management, wasn't able to keep all of their private information secret online.
Yeah, and when a bank gets robbed, even the strongest, most secure bank, if skilled thieves do it, you can't always prove negligence on the part of the bank. But Wendy, let me go to you. I want to put up on the screen, here's what the hackers said they would do, and it appears, the best we can tell, they've done it. We will release all customer records, profiles with all the customers' secret sexual fantasies, nude pictures, conversations, matching credit card transactions, real names and addresses, and employee documents and emails. All right, so clearly users might try to sue Ashley Madison, but the damages, my goodness, how do you assess that, Wendy?
Well, it goes well beyond remorse and divorce. But one of the things that everybody's going to be looking at, from those that are going to admit and step up and bring some kind of action, is what representations were made to them that led them to believe it was safe to post all this information to begin with. In other words, this is not a site for sharing recipes. They're sharing sexual fantasies and nude photos. Ashley Madison knew this. That's how they were able to lure their customers. They've been bringing adulterers together to unite since 2001. So one of the things that whoever's going to be bringing these suits are going to be looking at is the language. In other words, words matter. What did Ashley Madison say? What did they assure the users to allow them and to basically entice them, if you will, to post the kind of embarrassing and damaging material that they agreed to do?
Troy, the hackers are making the following claim that Ashley Madison charges an extra fee to sort of wipe their profiles clean, but in truth, they don't do that, and they retain some information. Isn't that business fraud?
It could be, but look, I always tell all my clients, I tell everybody that I know that never post anything online, never send an email or a text that you wouldn't mind your mom hearing at your trial. And if Ashley Madison fraudulently took $19 from people, thinking that with these people thinking that their private information would be wiped, and they really didn't, that could put Ashley Madison in a heap of trouble.
Wendy, in the long run, maybe divorce lawyers are going to be the beneficiary of some new business. What do you think? I mean, after all, in New York, for example, You know, it's a no-fault state now. It used to be you had to prove infidelity or physical harm. And some people could never get a divorce because they couldn't prove it. Now they finally joined, you know, the rest of the nation and gotten out of the dark ages, and now it's no fault. But divorce lawyers are going to get business.
It's divorce lawyers, class action lawyers, business lawyers. And one of the other things that I might point out that these lawyers that are going to be making money are going to be looking at is, was Ashley Madison practicing safe cyber security? Because regardless of the assurances they made, they also are going to have to show that they took every reasonable precaution. Now, Ashley Madison points out, you know, this is not hacktivism, it's criminal activity, and they're right about that. But as we've just been discussing, the civil liability could be tremendous. Not to mention the fact that they're basically out of business. Nobody's going to use the site again after this. Yeah,
their motto is life is short, have an affair. They might want to rethink that. Wendy Patrick, Troy Slayton, good to see you both. Thanks so much. And you know, the interesting thing is 15,000 of these email users at Ashley Madison were government and military domains.
So they were using their work email.
Yeah.
The work email, the government email comes up yet again. It's a theme in our show.
They could get in a wee bit of trouble, right?
We'll see what comes of it.